Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 6th to the 12th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Scorpio, you are bringing heat to the kitchen this week. Blue asterisk, by the way, the best aspects of the week. And as always, not everything's on the whiteboard. We'll talk about it. But yeah, talk about intensity. Well, you did just come out of a bonkers eclipse season, and that rare grand trine, the prison portal, still in effect. And at this point, it's officially a wrecking ball to your old systems, your old structures. You're seeing that now, right? I've made that pretty clear now. So the old you is being cleared away for this brand new you in this brand new era as we're just right upon your birthday season. And I know I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week. You might be, if you're watching this before the week begins, approaching Mercury opposite Chiron and Aries. I didn't bring that up in your monthly forecast. Remember, there's a lot, but we'll talk about that later. But also Venus conjuncting the South Node. Okay, so that's on October 4th. I talk about that in your monthly forecast. So there's just something there where there may be something with a friendship group or even something that you thought that you wanted for a long time, but then love struck, or you know what I mean, something happened and now you got different plans moving forward. But anyway, it's the fated note of fate of karmic fate. All right. So anyway, you where are we? Mars. Yeah. There you go. You're happy. You're happy. You got Mars, your ruler, your traditional ruler in your sign. First time in 2 years. It's been so long since November 2023. And Mars in your sign is very penetrating, okay? Adds fuel to your passions, your actions, your drive, your libido. It's all about transformation. Yeah, you're going through some big changes, okay? And when I say he's adding fuel, we're talking about the expensive gas at the gas station. Charged up. You're feeling charged up, and look how charged up the first 2 days of this week are. Now, you're really going to feel amped up just as you move into the week with Mercury moving into your sign on Monday, October 6th. This is a big deal. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. You're now merging Mars, determination, focus, drive, that willpower, right? With your mind, ideas, communication. So, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your transformation. There's going to be more emphasis on, as part of your transformation, investments, intimacy, partnerships, wealth, love, health of relationships. Yep. Passion. Mars and Mercury together in your sign is passion. Okay. It's a 5-year-old Asian girl playing Mozart on the violin. Okay, as an 80-year-old climbing Mount Everest. We're talking about passion. A mixologist, still doing craft cocktails, calling it signature drink the kitty cat. Whatever it is, there's passion here. Use this. You're gonna feel it. Okay, it's strong. It's very, very strong because Mercury and Mars in your sign together is extra penetrating. Remember, the biggest thing here is that, yeah, it's all about passion, but with that, it's also you doing you, discovering your truths. It's very probing energy, truth serum, right? It's investigative, but it can be like rabbit holes. That's what I'm saying. So it can be really deep. Remember, there is that energy where it's, I need to know. I got to know. I need to know. I won't let this go. That type of energy, okay? Remember, you still have Venus in Virgo too all week. Very analytical, can be nitpicky. Venus is the finer things in life. Virgo's all about the fine details. And her lover, Mars, Mulder, Scully, Ace Ventura over here. You put all that together, it can be very psychological. It's like really looking for, the truth, but it's also mind games. Yeah, there's that presence of internet sleuth. It's very psychological, okay? Can be deep, can be manipulative, just letting you know they are lower frequencies with Mars and Mercury in your sign, the higher expressions use that. Okay. What I say is passion, right? It's also dissecting things in terms of what's not working in my life and what is working. When it comes to you, it's in your sign. You, the role that you play, your identity, but also investments. What do you want to invest your time and energy into? And literal financially as well. Okay. Intimacy, again, partnerships, wealth, all of that in the name of your transformation. Scorpio, you know, you rule death and rebirth, right? But also passion. And remember, Scorpio, your sign is, you know, it's deep. You rule the 8th house, right? Pluto's your modern ruler of the underworld, right? So there's depth, there's intensity. And, you know, passion is the cousin of intensity. The etymological root of passion is, what are you willing to endure for what you desire, right? I talked about emotions last week, and modality, energy and motion. You need to feel. You're going to feel this week. It's going to feel intense, intendere. And that is used to express strong feeling, this great degree of energy. It's all about energy, and it's really strong energy, and there's a lot of emotions. Again, we're going to talk about some things not on the whiteboard. It's going to be a very emotionally assertive week. Yeah. So focus on your goals, read the fine print on things, be strategic, proactive, ascend on your karmic journey. And what does that require, Scorpio, when you got Mars and Mercury in your sign and soon the sun? Shadow work. It's the 8th house. Remember, you're going deep. You're discovering who you are and what you want. What's toxic. We're getting rid of that. What's holding you back, we're getting rid of that, right? It's all about remember, all about the truth. Seeking the truth's coming to the surface, revelations. That's Mars and Mercury in Scorpio, okay? All month, not just this week, all month, where you need clarity, all of that, okay? So remember, the truth always sets you free. Now, same day, around midnight, my time, Eastern Standard Time, you got a full moon in Aries. It's a Mars-ruled full moon. So, yeah, it's got some kick to this one, okay? Assertive, I said. And it's a supermoon, okay? It's orbiting really close to Earth. And so, just a reminder, the moon is just a rock reflecting the light of the sun, right? So, something's being illuminated, okay? Big time here. Really big. And it's going to have to do for you. Really, there's got to be a lot of things. Remember, I said going deep with all this Mars and Mercury in your sign energy. Like when I say going deep, not only psychologically, but the subconscious. Yeah, because you've got the moon in Aries, meaning it's opposite the sun, which is in Libra, that rules your 12th house, right? That is the subconscious. It's where you store your memories. And the fact that you got a full moon in Aries, the moon representing the subconscious, so there may be things coming to the surface for you around this time. All right? Big time, actually. And let the full moon illuminate. I want you to think about what happened for you around March 29th and the weeks after. New moon, partial solar eclipse. We had an Aries at that time, part of that once in a lifetime planetary alignment. Here's your culmination, your turning point. Something's changing. It was a 6-month story that's been playing out for you, mostly with work and colleagues, employees, things like that. Okay, assignments. 6th house is also everyday activities, your day-to-day routines, your lifestyle, health matters as well. There's an element of home and family here too. Yeah, there's a lot here. Aries is go-getter energy, by the way. It's the entrepreneur, the initiator, the pioneer. This is the I am of the zodiac. So this full moon, you're going to ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What am I driven by? Like where's that? What fuels me? Yeah, big. All right. Remember Mars and Mercury in the background. Truths coming to the surface, being real with yourself. This is a full moon all about courage. I said it's assertive. It's an emotionally energetic full moon. You're going to be making commitments or ending them. We actually have a yod. there's another planetary configuration. Again, there's just so much happening, but you've got to bring in Uranus and Pluto that's still trining each other. So when I say home and family, yeah, there's some activity there. The foundations of your life. When I say intimacy and partnerships and wealth building, you got Uranus and Gemini in your 8th house. That's your home. So keep that in mind. This is going to be a big time. Again, cluster of strong aspects just right off the bat. So speak to the moon. I always say, talk to the moon. Speak words into the ether. That's energy, right? You're putting your energy out there. What are you grateful for? What are the things that you want? What are the things that you want to change as you evolve on your karmic journey? Okay. And remember, I did say that three eye atlas, the not comet. It's going to be very close to Mars. It's a Mars full moon. Mars is in your sign, hedging toward the Scorpio constellation. Anyway, I will leave that video at the end of this video where I talk about the current energies predictions video. Yeah, I talk about it a lot more in greater detail. Great Awakener. Yeah. Not a comment. Cross watchers. If you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your husband, Jerome, your agent, Pamela, it doesn't matter. All the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, are going to feel this full moon the most if you have any planets 12 to 16 degrees in any of those signs that I just said. Like I do, right? You will feel it. And remember, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. It can be any of those signs. We look at the angular aspects. Now, here's something for you. Here's a little surprise for you, Scorpio. Sure, we have a full moon on Monday. The moon's still traveling. It's got to get there. It's got to get full. And then it keeps moving. So the moon will be in Aries Monday and Tuesday. What does that mean? Well, in Aries, we have Neptune. We have Ceres. Yeah. We have Chiron. And we have Eris, Mars' sister. Meaning the moon will conjunct all of those heavenly bodies. At the same time, Jupiter square Chiron. That's going to perfect a week from now, a week and a half. But you're starting to feel that. There's a buildup. We'll talk about in the second spread. Now, the most important thing for you is that Tuesday, the 7th, you got Mercury in your sign, square Pluto in Aquarius, 1 degree. So I did say in your monthly forecast, you're going to feel this as soon as, as early as a weekend. Okay. This is truth coming to the surface, revelations, exposure, things like that. Okay. Especially facing your truths or hearing truths. Okay. Secrets, things like that too. Especially surrounding money, sex, power, investments, everything that Scorpio rules, right? It's square Pluto in Aquarius. That's your 4th house of home and family. So there may be something here with home and family, significant other, parents, children, realtor, landlord, things like that. Yeah. All right. Pluto, I just said is your modern ruler and ruler of the underworld, right? He excavates. That's why we're talking about that depth. But the fact that you got Mercury and Scorpio, your sign, squaring Pluto and Aquarius, this adds mental intensity. So there's, again, that can be like manipulation or, power struggle energy here. Pent up energy too. Remember, speaking your truth sets you free. Are you holding something inside and then someone gives you a side glance and you just let it out? That's what this is, okay? It's also maybe having some conversations where you got things to say, okay? And it comes out in a way where it's because it's fixed energy. And remember, you are Scorpio. You're the scorpion. Scorpions have stingers. It's a square. So what does this mean, Mars and Mercury in your sign? Yeah, and this square here. Well, it can bring up resentment. It can bring up obsession, jealousy, payback, sharp tongues. I told you about that grudge energy. Yeah, not letting things go. Yep. So Stay frosty, be cool, be responsive, not reactive. This is a very reactionary month, FYI. And this aspect can be very radioactive. You like that? So last week I said be mindful of the words you speak, the thoughts that you have in your head. Mercury is also movement. Yeah. So there also may be something with travel. Be mindful if you are, checking in at a flight. You can get your upgrade. The ticket counter person might be having the same type of day as you. So just be mindful this is one of those days. Anyway, just, don't flip any tables. You're going to be fine. Use the higher expression here where Mercury square Pluto is instinctual. It's gut instincts, it's intuition, heightened intuition. It's empowerment. You got this. Okay. Remember, this is going to be emotional. Full moons are emotional. It's this aspects that you're part of it. You're a water sign. Emotions, right? But water flows, okay? Fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, you, Aquarius, throwing in Virgo and Gemini will feel this the most. If you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees in any of those signs, like I do, you will feel it the most. Now, on the 8th of October, Wednesday, you got the two benefics, okay? So you have Venus, sextile, and exalted Jupiter in Cancer at 23 degrees. You're going to feel this days before, days after. Mwah, chef's kiss. I did that. Anyway, this is part of that storyline that I was telling you. August 12th, what happened for you? There was a seed being planted. A lot of it, Jupiter in Cancer, here's the thing. Your 9th house, right? So it's spirituality, it's your belief system, self-belief, it's inner wisdom, travel as well, publishing, broadcasting, education. That's the 9th house. So that's where you're getting a lot of luck. But Jupiter natively rules your 5th house of true love and romance and fun and pleasure and procreation. Recreation too, creative projects. So something around that time is, remember, that's a year-long process. So you might get a little peak around this time. This is optimism, blessings, good fortune, luck. It's a gift from the universe. Yeah. Seeing the greater good. It's having experiences that make you feel wiser. Okay. And remember, you're lucky enough to have Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer rules, or that's your 9th house, right? And Jupiter rules. Sorry, Jupiter is the native ruler of the 9th house. So Jupiter's at home. So this is really great. I really love it. And it's, sextile Venus. There are going to be some money matters involved here. You've got Venus and Virgo in your 11th of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals and dreams, as well as, benefactors, allies, your support system, your network, your squad, your friendships, groups you belong to. And Jupiter is, profit and expansion and abundance. So there may be something here for you, Scorpio. Anyway, you've also got, oh, by the way, oh my gosh, you're the one I've been waiting for to tell this to. Well, when we get to November, your birthday season, we are going to have Venus trine Jupiter. And at that point, which will be on Thanksgiving Day, at that point, Venus will be in your sign. Buckle up. You got a lot of great things coming. We'll talk about it in the second spread. Signs most affected by Jupiter, sextile, Venus is Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you have any planets 21 to 25 degrees in Virgo, Cancer, there you go. You get it all. Now, here's something interesting for you, Scorpio, and this is why I say this is going to be a, emotional week. I have to clear my throat for this for you, Scorpio. So this day, even though you got Venus sextile Jupiter, the moon will actually move into Taurus, okay? And that's great. The moon is exalted in Taurus, the way Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. They do their best there. Beautiful, right? Very beautiful. Because the moon in Taurus rules your 7th house. So partnerships, relationships, love, marriage, contracts. It can be business partners too, one-on-one. It can be your relationship with your, pool boy. Doesn't matter. Okay. And we are in Libra season. So there is an emphasis on love, marriage, partnerships. Yep. Here's the thing. The moon in Taurus is going to square Pluto and will also be opposite Mercury in your sign. And you're still under the spell of Mercury in your sign, square Pluto in Aquarius. So, just letting you know. Talk about it in the second spread. What else will we talk about in the second spread? This is the day that Chiron, the wounded healer, will conjunct Aries, who's Mars' sister, the goddess warrior. You know your Greek mythology. She threw the golden apple in the wedding to stir things up because she wasn't invited. This is 50 years in the making, okay? When Chiron and Aries conjunct, this is the perfection. We'll talk about in the second spread. You're going to be doing some healing. There is emotional intensity here, okay? Because Pluto's still involved and he is digging. There are some truths and maybe a little bit of tension. We'll talk about this like a second spread. Anyway, Thursday, by the way, the moon will sextile Jupiter and trine Venus and sextile Saturn. So you get through Wednesday, you got that reward right there. Now, on Saturday, over the weekend, I'll give you this, Scorpio. You got the moon then moves into Gemini pretty much the entire weekend. That's great. That's your 8th house. Okay, that's your home. So that's great. Wonderful. But Saturday the 11th, you have Venus in Virgo opposite Saturn in Pisces, 27 degrees. I talked about this in length in your last forecast, your monthly forecast last week. Here's the situation. You want to know the situation? You've got Venus in Virgo. That would be your 11th house. And then Saturn in Pisces, where the North Node is. Neptune's going to move there very soon. Okay, so that is your 5th house. True love, romance, joy, pleasure, right? Family and children. Creative projects. So this is a strong opposition that you're going to feel, like really, really feel. Okay? Not a great day to start relationships. But also, if you are in a relationship, you might feel a little bit of a squeeze or maybe a little bit of a test here. And maybe even money. Yep. And maybe even like maybe a friend owes you money. It could be that you're saving up for something and then you discover that your partner took that money from the piggy bank and bought a bunch of Godiva chocolates. You're saving for a house. They bought a lot of that chocolate. Anyway, the other thing that could be potentially, where you feel that little squeeze here is things that you just value, things that you desire. Also health, also work, colleagues, employees. It's Saturn too, so there's likely, for you, it's more about, there could be a bit like a boss involved, colleague as well. It really is more about like a father. There may be a father figure that may be involved here. You have a lot of family stuff, okay? So just be mindful of that, okay? This is one of those, the moon's in Gemini, so that's great. That's you being cheerful and creative and social. A lot of mutable energy, so that helps you be adaptable and flexible. All right. So, there's my buzzer. Here's the other thing. Yeah. And by the way, I think that was the first time we did a nighttime reading together. Yeah. That's my pizza. Anyway, they're just going to leave it in the lobby. Anyway, what I want you to do, Scorpio, I want you to think about April. What happened in April? And yeah, the entire month, because especially regarding relationships and money. Because we had Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces twice. That's not normal. But remember, we had the retrograde, Venus retrograde. So that Venus conjunct Saturn normally happens once a year. That's like a seed being planted too. It's a conjunction, right? There's likely something that came up around in April. And remember, Venus and Saturn, I mean, the North Node was involved as well. So it's a good time to just kind of think about what happened around that time, something around this time may resurface, or maybe a little bit of deja vu. And again, relationships or money. Okay, great. And thank you everybody who has who joined greatawakener.com. All the information's in the description box. And it's been so much fun. And you get to see what I quit my job for. And that's the other thing, Scorpio. That's what I'm talking about. The prison portal, these eclipses, all of it. It's pushing everybody in this new direction. And that's the other thing. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to I promise I would make this very clear, because I can't assume that everybody reads my community posts or watches my live streams I do on this channel. But thank you for why I keep saying thank you for your support and kindness. And I just don't think that I've been very clear about this, but I have been going through 2 medical issues the past few months. And so is my dog at the same time. And so that's why I had to do some your readings at night. And they've been, not on Wednesdays. So I am getting better. Things are getting better. I appreciate all your kind words and comments, and we will be back. We'll be back on track soon. All right, great, Scorpio. I love y'all. Y'all, come on, y'all gonna have the best birthday season. Thank you so much, and let's get started, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you for October 6th to the 12th. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, very interesting, by the way, because the full moon in your 6th house, the sun in Libra in your 12th. Whatever that means, anything. Are you into numerology? I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Scorpio offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. Secondly, Scorpio, yes, it is a construction lamp. I love y'all. Scorpio, y'all crack me up. Stop it. Y'all, you ready for your birthday? Oh my gosh, you got a lot happening. All right, let's get started. Where are my glasses? I can't even. All right, Scorpio, you're okay. Don't just stay right there. You're good. AF. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you a little. Yep. And pretend this is gonna be a microphone. I'm gonna show you. Look how big that thing grown. I mean, you're good. I don't even know. You're making me very happy here. You're making this very easy for me. Okay, I can't what the. Come on, Okay, so wow, you got the Queen of. Okay, you're good. You got the Queen of Wands. There you go. There's your passion. That's passion. The Queen of Wands. Wands are the spirit of fire, is a epitome of passion here. This is someone who's got so much passion that's the reason she's sitting in this throne. This is someone who can get whatever she wants. She's an entrepreneur too, by the way. So remember, y'all have that energy that's happening, okay? All year pretty much, to be honest. And then you've got the Queen of Wands, who is big leader, very charismatic, very charming, very regal, right? She's got the sunflower in her hand. And this sunflower, you see in her throne as well. The sunflowers there. These sunflowers exist in the actual sun card. She has the powers of the sun, optimism, like that cheerful energy I was talking about, opportunities, vitality, health, all of that, achievement, all of that. You're good. You're great. This is amazing. She, by the way, also out of all the queens has the most sexual energy too. So there's a romantic, yeah. All right. So you're really good here. Queen of Wands is also you see the little black cat. Speaking of being in touch with your shadow side, yeah, she's done all the work. That's why she's here. So as you move into this week, you're going to feel that passion. And people are going to see you as this big, I mean, you're charged up. You got Mars in your sign. Okay. Amazing. Because you also got the 9 of Pentacles and the heart of your spread. So it looks like y'all are getting what you want. You're getting what you want. You got the 9 of Pentacles, which is really amazing. This is speaking of like that Aries energy, by the way, that like self-sufficiency, that independence. You find all of that here. She's earned her spot here. She's worked hard to get here. There's a lot of enlightenment. And there is a sense of also, well, it's a lot of abundance. She's standing in her garden of abundance, like she's wearing a glove. And she's rich, okay? That's what rich people do. They wear gloves. They got falcons. Anyway, you're gonna feel that wealth. You want it. You want it. You got Uranus bringing you breakthroughs in that area as well. Remember, Juno even moved into Sagittarius, which I told you that happened June 1st. Or sorry, not June 1st, October 1st. Your second house of money, income, salary. And then when we get to November anyway, I mean, there you go. There's some Sagittarius stuff happening. Well, I mean, we obviously move into Sagittarius season. We'll wait for that. But anyway, so like money for you. But anyway, you see the symbol of Venus all over again. Yep. Venus is money. Venus is love. This card is attributed to Venus in Virgo. You got Venus in Virgo right now, all week. Okay. Sextile Jupiter, by the way. So there's something here really special. Also, by the way, this is a really, this card is associated with like retirement as well. Like, hey, I'm feeling good. Anyway, you're good. You got the Page of Cups. In your challenge area, I don't mind it. It just feels like there's something here where, that's passion, right? The Page of Cups, which I really love because he's a big dreamer. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's in your challenge area. So 2 things here. 1, know what you want. Follow your bliss and go for it. That's it. 2nd, there may be something that is, if you're not seeing eye to eye, if there's a little bit of a squeeze, it might be with someone a little bit younger, maybe someone who's a little, head in the clouds. Yeah. Someone that didn't have 2 feet on the ground, even 1 foot. So just keep that in mind. That might be a thing. And then also new relationships. There may be something here where, let's just be, again, when Venus is opposite Saturn, it's a little, I'm talking about new relationships. Okay. So you want to wait a little bit until we pass that opposition. And we will. Venus is moving into Libra next week. It's so much better, right? Venus is, in her domicile in Libra. All about relationships. Anyway, that's really it. There's really nothing here. You got the star. I mean, like everything's aligning for you. You know it. It's like you're manifesting all of that. There's this growth that's happening. Everything here is all about growth. You have the star, which is, a lot of healing, which is great. That Libra energy in your 12th house. Even some like rest and retreat, like you thinking about your future goals, like how everything's going to align for you. But there is a sense of like feeling free. Yeah. Even like with just look at all of that. Okay. She's free. She's really free, right? They're free. She's not wearing any clothes. That's self-expression, not being able, like, you don't have to hold anything back. You can be yourself. Anyway, you're good. You got the star. You got the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. So this is saying, you're building something. There's something happening. There's something new. 3 is a vibration of the Empress right here. So it's all about growth and advancement and development, even like creative energy. But it is also like the birth of new things. So there's something here. And you even see there's an element of teamwork. So there could be something where you are really investing your time into working with others in some capacity. New job, new career, starting your own business. Or it doesn't even have to be. It's Pentacles, sure. But Pentacles are a physical realm. So it can be a relationship. You have a lot of family stuff. Like it could be something with family. But whatever it is, there's this joy to it. And there's a stability to it too. You see the pentacles are actually in the structure of the building. So really love this here. You could be signing something. You honestly could be signing something. You have the Three of Cups, okay? It's a card of celebration and joy, and it's, they're celebrating the end of a harvest, the beginning of a new one. There's so much. Speaking of bonding, there you go. Three of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. And it might be really like, these are three sisters, yeah? By the way, and you can't even distinguish whose arm is whose. That's how close they are. So there may be something here that's, when it comes to bonding just with people that you're really tight with, celebrating something. And it's cups, so it's fulfilling, it's emotionally moving, it's satisfying. That's very, this is a spread of satisfaction. All right, let's get to your stuff. Scorpio, come on, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what is going on, what's happening. This is your time to shine. I told you about November 2023, right? That was the last time you had Mars and Mercury in your sign and Venus in Virgo. Interesting. See what comes up. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, yeah. This is okay. You're good. You have Temperance, which is great. Temperance, if you are a cross watcher, has come up a lot, which is a good sign. You have Archangel Michael here saying, hey, I got you. And that's a good, listen, you're amped up, you're charged up. You've got Mars and Mercury in your sign. This is patience. This is balance. This is mind, body, spirit. This is, self-restraint. That's what temperance literally means. So there is an element here of just saying, go with the flow with the go. You even see the water pouring between the cups. There's a rhythm here, right? And so there is a sense of, everything that you want, you're going to get. You're going to get, but you just, with that Page of Cups here, it's like, you got to believe it, right? You got to believe it and continue to follow your bliss. This is really great. And you are going to get to, he's basically saying, I got you, okay? Two of Swords. Interesting with, a week heavily emphasizing relationships. You have the Two of Swords. Attributed to Moon in Libra. So partnerships, relationships, contracts, love, marriage. Could be something here where someone's kind of sitting on the fence, making a decision. They're not really sure. They're not feeling the Mars and Scorpio energy. But there may be someone here. We need to have a conversation. Yeah. It could be a Libra. It could be a Libra rising, Libra moon. But there is someone who just needs some time. They need a little bit of time. That's fine. And if you feel like it's you, but I don't see that here. If you do feel like it's you, remember, just trust your intuition. You're one of the most intuitive signs. Yeah. So ultimately just be authentically you. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. Really great. You're ready to grow things. There's a lot of growth here. Remember, there's a sense of harvest here. Look at her harvest. Look at the pentacles stacked up. You can even see the water bear here pouring onto the land, right? This attributed to Aquarius, by the way. Pouring onto the land. So there may be family, home matters, that as well as your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, commitments, dreams, all of that. That's all right here. But you see her pouring onto the land. It's working. It's all that fertility, the growth here. Anyway, you're good. This is something you definitely want something rooted up. You definitely want something new. And then you have your own card, the Six of Cups. That's amazing. Sun in Scorpio. And so there's that, again, look how free they are. Like there's a sense of feeling free. Of course, you're going to have that with Mars and Mercury in your sign. You're going to do your own thing. That this is really nice because this is just saying everything's harmonizing for you. There's harmony here. There's generosity. There's gratitude. There's all of that. There's kindness. There's sharing and caring, tapping into your inner child. So a lot of it's the biggest house in tarot too. Another wink and nod to home and family. Yeah, children, all of that, but really great. Really nice. There's protection, comfort, security, all of that. You're good. You don't you're good. There just may be someone sitting on the fence about something, but it may be someone that like you need to help guide in some direction or give them some time to make some decision, or even just face the reality of something. And it could be something, it could be like your partner, it could be, partnership, work related as well. Keep that in mind. You're really good. Scorpio. Oh my goodness. That Nine of Pentacles. This is, yeah. You're good. You're good. All right, Scorpio. Next week. Yeah, we have our first grand air trine. Okay. We have our first grand air trine. Actually, didn't you got that last week? You did. You got the Six of Cups. That's amazing. Twice in a row. So next week we have that grand air trine. Venus moves into Libra. Pluto goes direct. You're gonna feel that really strongly. Okay, your modern ruler. And then second spread. We're gonna go. We'll talk about a lot of what's happening. I mean, 50 years, and that's in your sixth house. So there's some healing, that you might be doing, but also in terms of your daily activities, work, and health. And remember, Aries is here on top of Chiron, ripping off the Band-Aid. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Scorpio, thank you so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.